Welcome to the 4th Annual Campagnolo Gran Fondo New York Launch Press Conference. I'm Lydia Flume, the co-organizer of Gran Fondo New York. 4 years ago, Uli and I, both cycling enthusiasts, envisioned an event here in New York area that would offer cyclists the great thrill and challenge of an endurance ride, a marathon for cyclists. Our vision was very much influenced by our many cycling trips to Italy, where we experienced the Gran Fondo Cycling Edition. Today, just 4 years after envisioning a cycling marathon in the Big Apple, we are so pleased to be here to kick off the 4th Annual Campagnolo Gran Fondo New York. We are also kicking off the 4th Annual NYC Bike Expo, 2 days of all things road cycling in New York City. Come visit us and a wide array of local vendors today and tomorrow at the 69th Regiment Armory in Manhattan. Campagnolo Gran Fondo New York has become the country's premier cycling competition, open to amateurs and pros alike. It is a race for anyone who loves to ride and seeks a personal challenge. I'm happy to report that in this 4th year, Campagnolo Gran Fondo New York has doubled in size since we first started in 2011. This weekend, we welcome 5,000 cyclists from 48 states and more than 70 countries, plus their friends and families. Cyclists will gather on Sunday at 7 a.m. on the George Washington Bridge, and they will ride on a challenging course through New York, going up to Bear Mountain and back south to New Jersey, ending in Fort Lee at the foot of the George Washington Bridge. Thanks in large part to the supporters in New York City and in Italy, many of whom are joining us here today. This race has become a globally recognized cycling event and a celebration of New York City's vibrant Italian heritage. We actually founded a partner event called GFNY Italia and are expanding the GFNY World Series to other locations like Brazil, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Cozumel, and Barcelona. I'd like to recognize a few people with us here today. Cycling legends Stephen Roach and Nelson Bales. Nelson is a New York City native and the Olympic gold medalist, and Stephen is one of just 2 men to win the Triple Crown of cycling. We're honored to have them both ride in Campagnolo Gran Fondo New York on Sunday. I'd also like to recognize the New York City Council for its longtime support of this race, particularly Councilman Costa Constantinidis. Thank you to the members of the Italy America Chamber of Commerce and the Coalition of Italian American Organizations for joining us. We are proud to welcome Mr. Lorenzo Taxis from Campagnolo, the race's title sponsor. Your support is tremendously appreciated. And a big thank you to the Consul General of Italy, Natalia Quintavalle, and to the Deputy Consul Dino Sorrentino for being here. And now it's my great privilege to welcome the Mayor of New York City and the great New Yorker of Italian heritage, Bill de Blasio. We're so honored to have you here join us today for the launch of Campagnolo Gran Fondo New York. Just this summer, Uli and I were cycling roads near your family's hometown in San Agata de Gotti, and we're pleased to be able to bring back this Italian cultural heritage and sporting tradition to New York City. Welcome, Mayor de Blasio.
Well, thank you, everyone. This is a special treat to be a part of this wonderful event today. I say benvenuti a tutti. And I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Campagnolo for their sponsorship of this wonderful event. Obviously, to Lydia and Uli, who have created something wonderful for everyone, but especially for New York. Let's give them a round of applause to thank them for all they have done. And Lydia is very smart, because anyone who tells me my grandfather's hometown is beautiful has already won my heart. So thank you. And to Natalia, who's a great friend, and everyone at the consulate who does great work on behalf of the Italian community in New York and with the Italian American community as well. This is a great day. I have the honor today of not only being here for this Expo, but also of seeing later in the day the Italian Foreign Minister and the Ambassador to the United States, which is a special honor for me as an Italian American. So this is a day when I get to celebrate my roots, but a lot of people are celebrating not just this wonderful Italian contribution in New York City, but everything that the Gran Fondo is as a celebration of cycling, as a celebration of New York, as an extraordinary international event, and something that is literally attracting thousands of people from around the world for something that's really only been created in the last few years and already has caught fire. And that is a classic example of the creativity and the entrepreneurship and the spark that comes with New York City, people being able to create something brand new that suddenly becomes something that thousands and thousands of people make a part of their lives. So this is a wonderful New York story. As you hear, I am very, very proud of my heritage, something that is important to me every single day of my life. And it's important to my family. And I always say that in a past life, Shirlane must have been Italian because she readily agreed to name our children Dante and Chiara. So, but this event is obviously for everyone. People coming from nations all over the world, New Yorkers of every background joining together in one of the great cycling events. The reason it is catching so much energy is it's something people love to do, and the Gran Fondo style is something that is energizing to people, involving, and the fact that it's here in the greatest city in the world makes it even more special. So people are coming from all over. They're giving even more energy and momentum to our growing tourism industry, which we're very, very appreciative of. And everyone who comes here, I think we can admit, when people come to New York City, they keep coming back after. So you've also given a great gift to New York City. And to everyone who's a part of this, we want to say thank you, because you're drawing people in New York, and then we know they'll be hooked and they'll keep coming back. Now, I know a lot of people are preparing for Sunday. You're conserving your energy, but I hope in the meantime you'll get all over the 5 boroughs, see the extraordinary things we have to offer, realize that New York City is a great cycling town. In the last 10 years, cycling in New York City has quadrupled, 900 miles of bike lanes and growing. Cycling is safer than ever, and we are going farther to ensure the safety of cyclists, the safety of pedestrians, the safety of all New Yorkers with our Vision Zero strategy, which we borrowed from our friends in Sweden, and we're using it to enforce the laws better, to change our traffic patterns, to educate our people, to protect all New Yorkers in a way that is working already and making the city safer. I will finally say that we are gathered together not only for this great expo, but it happens to be, we'll see how many people in the room knew this, today happens to be National Bike to Work Day. Let's hear a round of applause for National Bike to Work Day. And this is a great city to bike to work in, and I will state the obvious. It's our job to make that a safe and positive experience, but everyone who bikes to work is doing something good for the earth, for the environment, and we commend you and thank you, and it's our job to make it work well for you. With that, I say to everyone who's participating in Gran Fondo, I feel I wish I could cycle with you. I'm going to be having vicarious pleasure from all the cyclists. But the Gran Fondo is going to be amazing. I'm thrilled you're here, joined with us, and I wish everyone buona fortuna, and I give you the instruction, vanno velocissime. That means go fast. Thank you. Excellent. Let's hear it. Come up where people can see it well. Come on. Always want to run these jerseys. If you work hard enough, one day you actually get it. There we go.